can't believe I just did that.
So today we're on our way to Stuck in the Mud again. We have the doggo with us, wife is coming with, and the P-Series looks and feels quite a bit different. We took it out yesterday and did some more serious obstacles, and I must say my expectations are blown away. So I'll include some of that footage. We'll go over everything I've done to the vehicle, everything that I'm planning to do, and then we have a little bit of we have something planned and we will reveal that at the end. So stay tuned and enjoy. But first, have a look at the new pool. Same pool, but different pool.
So there it is, ready to take on Africa. I still need to figure out how I'm going to pack everything properly since I don't have a drawer system yet. And we are taking our doggo with us, so this is kind of his spot to hang out. We'd love to bring him along on all our trips, but some places just aren't pet friendly, so he can't always come. We have been too stuck in the mud a few times already, but the itch for adventure is growing, and my time here is coming to an end. Now, let's air down the tires to around 1.9 bar and hit the trail, looking for an obstacle to test out these upgrades and see how the rig handles the changes.
The changes we made on the vehicle has really boosted my confidence, and we'll get into that shortly, but you've already seen how it looks, so you kind of would get the idea. The attack angle change has really made a big difference. What I would say has really helped me the most is lifting it and getting the badge plates. Like if you had to do anything to really make yourself more comfortable, that would be getting badge plates, 100%. Because I know if I'm cruising slowly, if I hear a scratch or I feel something getting knocked at the bottom and I'm going slow, then I know it's my badge plate, so then I can reverse off and have a look and reevaluate my line. But if you hear a knock or a scratch when you don't have badge plates, it's like a lucky packet, you don't know what you're gonna get. So I'm way more confident, and we are trying to find an obstacle that we can test the clearance and see what my limitations are. I need to get my confidence level up, and I need to know what obstacles I can tackle and what I can't. Simplify it. Yeah. We need to find where the chimney went out.
So you heard me speak about the chimney. A bit of context. One day we were leaving Stuck in the Mud and we noticed this chimney climbing a hill. And when we got closer, we saw this is the hill that we previously have looked at and thought was just impossible. And this chimney was climbing it no sweat. Now to put it in perspective, there's some serious rock steps, a serious angle, low traction. It's just not an obstacle that I think I'd ever attempt. But we'll get back to that obstacle in a little bit. For now, I'm going to take you back to the day before when we got the vehicle there just to do a few minor tests, and we ended up taking on a few obstacles. So here I am contemplating this obstacle and deciding whether I should take it on. In hindsight, actually, it wasn't that bad. Earlier, I watched a ranger tackle this with some serious gas and a lot of wheel spin, and I didn't want to do that to my vehicle. so I thought I'd take it easy, but sizing it up, I ended up deciding to give it a go. There was no clearance issues, and I need to start building up my confidence with the new rig. Plus, trust me, the next obstacle will be way more epic.
This is one of the most challenging obstacles I have ever done. So, very worried about it. I shouldn't be, I guess, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna engage full low. I'm genuinely worried, guys. Let me see if the wife is recording. Okay, full low, new tires. Let's get it up here. It's doing it. I'm still paying attention. I didn't even get a wheel spin. It is insane. Okay, I had a bit of a bounce there. Let me just check my cameras. I'm good to go forward. That was so easy. I don't know why I was worried about it. Back in neutral, the 4 low off. Put it in park, let it idle a bit, and I'm gonna go brag by my wife because she was really worried.
Honestly, I can't tell you why I was worried about that particular obstacle, but I done it no problem, no wheel spin, and the car felt really stable. We drive a bit more during this day, and we quite literally drive into one of the most beautiful sunsets I have seen in a long time. The next day, however, we tackle something way more serious. Okay, we have been driving around for a bit, getting a feel of the new vehicle after all the recent upgrades. We ended up stopping at one of our favorite spots to relax for a bit. The anticipation of exploring South Africa's incredible locations is growing stronger with each outing. We also got our hands on one of the older GoPros, so it's been really helpful not having to use my phone all the time, and the new microphones work well on it as well. Now that we're settled, let's dive into the current state of the rig and see how everything's holding up after the modifications.
So this is the first, probably the most noticeable change, I would say, and that is the new bull bar, MCC bull bar. There is a company or a business in Johannesburg by the name of Bamboo Sands, and I would highly recommend them. They kind of walk you through the entire process. They're really helpful and they provide excellent service. Whenever there was a problem, I spoke to them and it was resolved. So thank you, Bamboo Sands. This is an awesome bumper. So first of all, it obviously gives you that extra clearance and just drastically increases your attack angle, and you will see or have seen at least a few videos of how that's helped. I mean, it's huge change. Another thing I do like is how it integrates with the bash plates. Also really looks like it provides more airflow than the standard bumper, which I'm a sucker for airflow any day of the week. So the fitment was done through a GWM rep. He came and we discussed everything and we got the car fitted and was done professionally. Thanks to GWM as well for that. So that's the bumper, and I mean it's winch compatible as well.
It's got LEDs, all these lights work. So you got your fog lights, and this is a daytime running light, as well as a indicator and a bright, or a normal light, I guess. Brilliant bumper. Everything was well illustrated on the documentation. It's solid as all hell. It's airbag compatible. It has crumble points wherever it needs crumble points. So very happy with this, and I don't think I'll ever change it. So yeah, we have the tires that I decided to get, and by now you should know the Maxxis Razor tires. These make such a huge difference. I am not worried about the sidewalls. It gives a lot of peace of mind, but also it gives you a lot of grip. A lot of grip. And there's a obstacle that I really want to tackle a bit later on, and I'm gonna need a lot of grip for it. So I'm more than happy with the tires. They are perfect. I love the size. There's not much road noise at all. I deflate them to about 1.9 bar when I'm doing off-roading, and the ride is smooth. There's not really much more to say other than these are just great tires. So I got them online from, I believe it's called Errol's Tires. I'll provide a link. They were very helpful, especially when I had to send the other ones back, because I got 275 65s and they were a bit too big. So arranging everything, getting it sent back, and then them sending me the new tires, communication was great. They were very helpful, never had a problem. So I'm very happy with these tires. They are just awesome. Also, they're a bit bigger. They've got a bit bigger sidewall. The old tires were 265 60s. These are 265 65s. So they've got a bit of extra protection there. I got a lot of cool footage of them kind of traversing obstacles, and you can kind of see how it would even grab with these side knobs, I guess. I don't know if these are for protection or if it's more for grip. I would assume both. I'd assume both. So very happy with the tires. I cannot complain. They look sick. They really do. So yeah, we have the bash plates. 3mm steel. It looks like it's been coated with Raptor coat or something. This is just really solid. 3mm steel under the diff. Another section that goes under the transfer case and the transmission. And even a little section that covers the annoying P-Series fuel filter. Bamboo Sands organized all this for me and delivered it to Bloom. He arranged fitment. It was just brilliant. Very good experience with them. So I think that's been the biggest confidence booster, is these bash plates. You don't want to hit obstacles, that's why you choose the correct line. But the times you do, this gives you a lot of reassurance that everything's going to be okay when you do hit something. So this was a big thing for me. I think if you can't get anything else, I would just get bash plates. Really, they are just perfect. The front bumper has its own little, it came with its own bash plate as well, which we didn't use because we got this beast. And then it's got some covers on the side, but this is just the perfect setup. I'm so happy with this. So happy with this. So here we have what I've done to lift it. Do not judge. It's really, this isn't the total lift from these spaces and the shackles in the back is only about, I think it's 1 point something, 2 centimeters. And I'll kind of get the full numbers as well from that, but it's not a big lift. In fact, we tested it and you don't actually need the bump stops for this lift either. This is not permanent, guys. I don't want this to be permanent. This is only temporary, so it gives me the extra clearance for the bump and everything. And I already ordered it when I found out that it's like not the most preferred solution, right? So we had to get it installed, and it has really helped with the lift. Let me see if I can get a good angle of those. Oh, let me try this. Yeah, I guess you can kind of see it there. So it's like what you call it, the shackle extension. I really looped that up a lot because it obviously moves a lot, especially when we're going to be doing the four-wheel driving it will be doing. So that's what I did with the suspension. Not really suspension, just a bit of spacers for now. So this is what I have on the inside so far. This is garbage. Just take that out the way for now. And here you can see I have 2 sets of max tracks. And I've got some bungee cords and some ratchet straps to kind of secure everything. I've got a bunch of tools as well. And then what I don't have in here is a few additional things that I bought for camping and whatnot. So these are the walkie-talkies I got. Baofeng. Obviously not professional grade equipment. This is really maybe 200 bucks, don't take a lot, but they work great. Me and the wife use them a lot for when we are doing shots, and we use these to communicate, so helps a little bit. So I think we went over most of what I've done to the vehicle. I think everything: the bumper, the bash plates, the tires, the canopy, what else is there? Spacers, lift. And I'm very happy with where it is right now. I think we have a strong foundation to build on top of. And that kind of leads me to what I'll be doing in the future. I need to get a bunch of camping gear, right? I need to get power. I need to get a rooftop tent. I need to get proper suspension, either terrain tamer or a tough dog. So those things are not going to happen anytime soon. So don't hold your breath. But what is going to happen is that next weekend we have already reserved the spot to do our first official trip. So we're going to the Mukala National Park. It's about 210 kilometers away from here, and the specific campsite we're going to is called Mutswedi campsite. So I'm really looking forward to that. More details will follow though, so stay tuned, and probably bring you on board for a bit of an introduction video to what we're going to be doing there, how we're going to get there, and all that. So I think it's going to be a perfect test for the new P series. With all that said, I think it's time to go find a more challenging obstacle, and I'll kind of gauge it from there. So we made our way back to where we saw the chimney climb this very obstacle. Now that I'm looking at it, it really does not look that bad, but I've said this once and I'll say it again, or I'll say this many times: the camera does not do it justice. It really does seem much worse in person. Now just bear in mind, I don't have much experience doing these types of things, and it's all a learning experience for me. I need to figure out my own way of doing things, and I know that doing the 4x4 training course would really help me out, and I'm definitely planning to do that. But I need to get used to the vehicle, and I need to kind of see where my limitations lie. I ended up deciding to give it a shot. Yeah, this really is going to be one of the most difficult obstacles I've ever attempted. Now, I'm going to be straight. The idea was to drive past this and kind of just show you guys what the chimney went up. But after walking it, I don't think I'll have any problems. And if I take it real slow, let me have the obstacle in the background so you guys can kind of see. I really wish I could give this perspective. This would really give me the confidence I think I really need to take on the more serious 4x4 trails. Not that I'm going to do that, but you know, like I've said before, when you do overlanding, you might get these more scenic routes that are 4x4 trails, and it really gets you awesome views. And we might need to do something like this to get those views and that scenery. So I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to set up all the camera gear, and my palms are getting sweaty already. I've got everything set up. I'm going to take it real slow. I can't even speak now. Let's give it a shot and see what happens. At this point, I realized I'm over the obstacle, and I was so blown away. You know, I never realized that 4x4 vehicles are so capable, especially if you have the right tires on it. I was over the moon. I really thought that this was it. Now, I obviously know that in my adventures I'm going to come across much worse than this, and that is why I'm still planning to do a 4x4 training course, but this was the highlight of my day. Well, I think it was a successful day. We had lots of fun at Stuck in the Mud yet again. The vehicle just blew my expectations away. I can't believe... I think I shouldn't have doubted it in the first place. I think these obstacles that seem so daunting for me are probably easy game for the average overlander. But this is what I need to do. This is the experience I need to build up. And it's really transforming into an awesome journey. So yeah, on our way back home now, I'm going to stop at the gas station or the petrol garage soon. I'm going to air up our tires back to a 2.5 or whatever, and then I will be heading back home. And then on the next video, we are finally going to do some overlanding. We're going to the Mokala National Park, and we're going to stay at the Motswedi campsite there. So there's going to be some planning involved. It might not be the biggest trip, it's not the biggest reserve. It's really close to us, it's about 270 kilometers away, but I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be great, because we really need to start getting that camping experience going. See what I need, see what I don't need, and there will probably be a lot of mistakes and bloopers. Yeah. And drama. Hopefully not drama. But yeah, that's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time when we go to Mokala National Park.